What's up? My name is Taktics. I'm a DJ and producer from Calgary, Alberta, and this is Inside the Green Room. I grew up in Okotoks, actually. Moved to Calgary when I was about 18 years old with a few buddies of mine. I started out playing guitar when I was really young, keyboard even before that, maybe 3 or 4 years old, and then got into some heavier music, punk and some hardcore and metalcore, and then started playing drums in a band called Amity. We were a local band from Okotoks, so playing shows all throughout Calgary and different areas in Alberta, but with some bigger names, you know, opening for Cancer Bats and Protest the Hero and 4 Year Strong. It kind of got me started in music, and it kind of set the pace for what I'm doing now. I broke my arm skateboarding when I was 18, so I couldn't play drums anymore, and at that time we'd been in the band for 3 or 4 years. I busted it pretty bad. I got 4 plates and 16 screws. I was jumping down this set of stairs and went over the railing, and my arm just kind of popped out. And kind of from then on, I kind of for a little bit thought I was going to be done with music. I couldn't play drums anymore. It had been a while since I'd played guitar, but I loved playing drums. I'd listened to a little bit of electronic music, wasn't very familiar with it, but a lot of my buddies were. They took me to the first show. It was Rusco at Flame Central back in 2010, and it blew my mind. It was amazing. You know, I'd never really heard anything like it. I'd never seen anybody DJ like that before. The next month I bought tables, and that's where it started. First time DJing was back at Republic like 4 years ago now. I pretty much spent 3 months teaching myself how to DJ and spent hours and hours every day doing it, and then sent out some mixes to a bunch of different promoters, and one of them kind of took a chance on me and put me in his club, and kind of went from there. I'm usually playing at Flame Central. I play for a company called Inc. Promotions here in Calgary. They're one of the main companies here. They're throwing the biggest parties. They're co-founders of Chasing Summer Music Festival. This year was the second year of Chasing Summer Music Festival. It was absolutely nuts. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. I walking out on stage and looking up and seeing 3,000 people is a pretty nuts feeling. Inc. Promotions has been phenomenal to be working with. They've been supporting me since day one. Inc. is definitely a big part of the reason why I'm able to do what I do now and why I'm able to be playing shows. I DJ for a promotion company out in Kelowna as well called Element Events. Brett McPherson is one of my buddies who runs the company, and it's good because you get a different crowd and you get a different feel for the people out there, and you make some different connections out there as well. Favorite clubs, Flame Central. I like seeing a lot of the shows there. Bespoke, another one that just opened up a couple weeks ago. A really nice club, nice environment. Bands in Calgary are really dedicated. They'll be able to come to the club every week, pack the clubs. There's a lot of support there, a lot of support for the local artists. The electronic music scene in Calgary is one big community. You can walk and talk to anybody on the street that looks familiar in that scene. What's cool with the Green Room events is they're really getting to be nationwide now. I mean, they're all over. You walk in, you see all the Heineken cubes, all the different green lights and everything like that, and you know it's going to be a good party. The cool thing with Heineken is they're really supporting the local artists, the guys who are working really hard on their music, and there's lots of those guys who share that same passion and that same drive for producing music and making music, and Heineken really is showing their support. If you listen to my tunes going through, I mean, you can hear a lot of the drumming influence in there, and that's things that lots of other producers aren't doing in their music, and it's not huge in electronic music because usually the drums are just a very constant, repetitive loop. Now, I like to do it different, and I find it's made me a little bit more of a unique producer. A couple songs, one that I'm working on with another producer in the city, Meezy, and then I'm putting out an EP this year, so I'm very stoked on that. I think the future of electronic music is going to progress how it's been progressing lately. You'll see a lot of different collaborations coming in, hip-hop working with house, you know, rap working with some different types of trap. It's cool because it's just something new. It's going to keep changing. Calgary's always been there to support me no matter what I'm doing. If I'm putting out bad music, you know, I have friends that will tell me it's bad, but they're there to let me know that I can do better and push me a little further. And Calgary's definitely got a nice scene, and it's got lots of genuine people, and I'm very fortunate to be able to play here on a regular basis.